geography yourself. You picked.
Yes, I did.
Wow. Okay. 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 So now that we know, so you had an idea, you knew what you wanted from the beginning. You just wanted to explore people, places, things, and you knew
Yeah,
geography could give you that. But
yeah.
for me, I didn't even know that that's what geography entails personally, right? Okay. So now, after picking geography, tell us about your, first year, your first degree experience. Like, how was undergraduate years for you?
Yeah, it was interesting, it was wide, and it was also a beautiful one, because I had the opportunity to study places like my year one we did the geography of Lagos. Year two we did tropical world, and we also did I can't remember right now, but we did Lagos, we did Nigeria, we did Africa. Year three, I remember we did geography of North America, which I'm presently in North American continent. So basically, we try to study continents. We try to study different places, but we cannot study everything. But because the school is in Lagos, so we did Lagos in first year. We did Nigeria because Lagos is in Nigeria, definitely, and Nigeria is in Africa. So we did Lagos, Nigeria, Africa. Then, for some reasons, the department felt that we need to study the biggest economy, which is US. So for us to study US, we need to study North American continent. So they brought that for us in year three, and that was specific. But in the midst of all these things, we did um, tropical world. Tropical world is just a place within some few latitude, 0 degrees. Nigeria is around 4 degrees to 14 degrees north. So we did between those, I think probably 0 to 20 north, 0 to 20 south. So we studied those patterns of culture, patterns of different things within those places. So it was actually an interesting one, and it went like that. There's still more, but this is just a summary.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So geography, you really study like places, people. You
Yeah.
go latitude by latitude, longitude by longitude.
Hmm.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so now to proceeding to the other part. So now, when did you know you wanted to get a fully funded scholarship? When did you know you were going to travel for a fully funded scholarship?
Yeah, I think uh I I had the idea that I would travel, but I don't understand yet what everything means. But I think by 2019, which was my final year, I had a better idea, and I created a WhatsApp group for students in my department then, for the alumni that have gone ahead, and for the current students, so that people can share information, because there was nobody to share information to us. So I created the group so that we can share among ourselves. And as I then, I started thinking serious. I started taking it serious, because at the beginning, I was year one to year three. It was all about good grade, good grade, good grade, good grade. So I began to look beyond the good grade. Good grade, yeah, it's fine, but it won't be enough. I needed to also know what's going on. I began to read, I realized that wanting a scholarship is not something that you just wake up one morning.
Mm,
And if, for example, maybe someone will just wake up, let's say July, and just expects to enter for a fully funded by September. It doesn't work that way. It has to be planned. You have
mm,
to be mentally your mental um this thing. You have to be mental. Yes, sorry.
okay.
I'm so sorry. Let me just I want to mute myself. I'm not sure. Um, someone is calling me, and
Okay, I can mute you. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the break in transmission. But then while we are waiting, for those, okay, you can, you can unmute yourself and continue. You are still muted.
Sorry, sorry. It's my apartment mate. He doesn't know that I'm currently on a meeting. So like I was saying, so you can't just think about scholarship and expect to get the scholarship in maybe 1 month after. It doesn't work that way. There's a preparation time. The preparation time is even probably more than the actual success, because you prepare in pains. You prepare when nobody's even seeing you. If you like sleep late, nobody cares. In fact, if you like get rejected, nobody even see you, nobody cares about you until you get it before people now say, oh, this is nice, but nobody knows what you were doing. But
Okay.
we thank God that in the midst of everything, we created a group and people started getting it. And the problem is when you don't have mentors, it makes it difficult. When you don't have people to tell you what to do, how to do it, where to go, it makes it difficult. But in that process, you can form a group and kind of share information among yourself.
Okay. So I think you have started going into it gradually. So first, you say there's a preparation time, right?
There's a what?
Preparation time.
Yeah, there's preparation. Um, you can't I don't know, I've forgotten how they call it, but you you have to make sacrifice, which is the preparation. You have to make sacrifices to be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Some sacrifices can be 1 year. So there's always a preparation time. Like I said, the for United States, we have December 1st, December 15th. Most of the deadlines are within this area, and the remaining deadlines, maybe 20% are not within this deadline. So basically, if you miss December 15th, you have probably missed the major deadlines. You might want to wait till the following year again, and but that's just basically.
Okay. So now let's take it step by step. So there's a preparation time. So from having the idea in your head, "Oh, I want a fully funded scholarship. What's the process that you feel somebody who is interested in that should take? So how do you go from I want a fully funded scholarship in my head to getting a fully funded scholarship? Just give us a breakdown of that process.
Yeah, to me, when someone says they want a fully funded scholarship, to me, um, one of the area I would look at is the fact that um, what is the person coming from a university, or the person's coming from a polytechnic, or the person's coming from a college. Like we know, you can't say you're coming from NCE and you want to enter into a master's. So I need to understand what's your background like. And if you say you have an ND, you can't say you are coming to a master's with an ND, then you might probably be thinking of undergrad, which is a different case. Maybe you want to, what is this exam now? They used to do, which you can use to apply. But I'm not going in depth into that. So, one thing, what's your CGP? That's what I'll ask you first. So, if you say your CGP is 4/5, it will reduce my stress, first of all, because I will not start thinking of, oh, let us, before you apply, you have to check the CGPA that is required of that school or department. So like I said, if you are still in school, CGPA is important. Don't don't let them CGPA is still very important, although it's just an aspect of it, but it's still very important. So, and if you don't have up to that, then the conversation will go to another area. So, but it's just like having a chat. Does the CGPA is the CGPA more than 3.75 3.75 over 5? If it is, that will lead to another tree of questions. But if it is not, it will result into another question. So that singular question would give me that singular question, not up to and up to, will not result into the next same next kind of question. If it is up to, it will result into other questions. If it's not up to, it will result into other questions. So if it's not up to, what I will say is that I will say okay, just one thing about life, people want to just, oh, they are get, oh, there's a scholarship somewhere, let us get it. People nowadays don't want to wait. People nowadays don't want to be patient. People nowadays don't want to be be um be patient, wait. People just want to rush the process. People just want to get no matter what it costs. So you need to calm down a bit. You need to take it slowly.
Mm.
Like an example is me that got, yeah, before that time I got into United States, but it came without funding. So will I go without funding? Who am I? Who is my dad? Who is my mom? You don't have something like that. So why some people be like, oh, what can they do? Should they sell their house? Should they sell their cars? Sell the family? Sell everybody? Sell to be able to. Well, sometimes you need to calm down. You need to take it slowly. So with a low CGP, sometimes I advise people to go ahead and do a master's. Before you know it, 2 years will be done. You don't need to it's good to have a fully funded offer. Yeah, talking about US now, it's good to have a fully funded offer. So sometimes I advise people to go and do a master's and put your efforts, um do well, have a good grade, then you get what you want. And also there are some other aspect of it anyway, but for someone with a good CGPA, you just need to you will not need to, yeah, it's this conversation is just a whole lot of conversation, a whole lot of, I'm
Okay.
just trying to break it down, but
Let's
so it's just a whole lot, so I don't know.
okay.
uh
Let's make
yeah,
it easier.
yeah,
So, from what you have said so far, right? The first thing you said was, okay, if you want a fully funded scholarship, it's fine, but it takes time, right? It's
yeah,
not going to be instant. And two, you need to prepare for it, right?
yeah,
And so, from what you have said, the preparation process now, the first thing is we need to look at, okay, what do you have? Are you coming with BSc or HND or ND or College of Certification?
yeah,
So, generally, for fully funded scholarship, you want to come with BSc. Is that
yeah.
correct?
Yes, but yeah, but if you have an HND, you have to do what we call a West evaluation.
Okay. If you have HND, you can do
You do West evaluation. So most United States schools are like confused. What does HND means? So it's a question that they ask, what does it mean to have an HND? What does it mean? How many years did you spend in school? How is it like? It gives them a lot of thinking and headache. So I do understand some people will say, if you're just starting off your career, forget about HND, focus on the BSc. Well, or let's say focus on bachelor's. So it could be BTech, could be the bachelor's generally. So I do understand those people. As an HND in United States, they don't they want you to give something else, like they want more. So you have to do a Wells evaluation, which is very important. The Wells evaluation would present that's HND results in a way that the admission committee will understand and will be able to make use of it. So HND West evaluation is compulsory. It's compulsory. Yeah. So we have someone from Nigeria that came here. The lady had an HND, did West evaluation, and thank God she had a good result. We cannot overemphasize the fact that there is need for good results for those that are still in school. But if you don't, there are still ways to go about that. But I don't want to go in depth now. Hopefully, maybe at the course of the questions, I'll be able to come into it.
Okay then. Okay, so thanks for breaking that down, right? It's getting clearer. So with HND, you have to do West evaluation so your admission committee can understand what HND means. So generally, HND only has meaning more in Nigeria. People outside don't have an idea what you call HND.
Yeah,
Okay. And for BSc, you talked about CGPA, right?
yeah,
So will you say 3.75 is the defining point? So anything above 3.75 over 5.0 is good?
well, yeah, it's I listened to one man. He said, um, if you are preparing for, if you are training for a 10-meter race or a 100-meter race, you definitely fail. But when you put your attention on something, maybe 100-meter race is the minimum that is needed. But when you put your attention in, let's say, 1,000 meters, you train for that 1,000 meters. Even when you set your eyes on breaking the limits, even when something little happens, you still be far ahead. So 3.75 is the minimum, but you can't expect to compete with those that are smashing 4.8. You know, no, although you can have a 3.75, it's just like when you are going for when you want to selected for something, they look at different areas of the application, and one of it is CGPA. Let's say there are five aspects they want to look like. Let's say maybe one is CV, one is CGPA, one is your SOP, one is your recommendation, and then maybe one is your what's it called now, your sample of research, something like that. So let's say these are five. It's just like when you're applying to university, they will say your WAEC results, your JAMB, your post-UTME. They have certain percentage and they add everything together.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that because you have a low CGPA, you cannot be selected ahead of those that have a higher CGPA. But what matters is that when we add these things together, what does it give you? That's what matters. So if one can still control one, let's say CGPA, you can still control it. So it's better to have an higher one so that when they add other things to, you can still have I. So by the time you add everything together, it goes up. But even if you have low, since let's say you are already out of school, you need to make sure that other areas are solid.
Mm.
So because at the end of the day, it's like a percentage. You add everything together. So the question is, what um what else do you have? What else can you put forth? What else can you submit? So you could have a higher CGPA too, and someone with a lower one will enter before you. So it's all about adding all these things together.
Ah, okay. Now the way you have said it, you have broken it down. Like, I didn't know that it used to be like, it's like an admission committee. You have different areas they are looking at. They are not just looking at one thing about.
Yeah, yeah,
So they will take, let's say, like, if you using your example, they will look at five areas. So each one can be like 20%, 20%.
yeah.
And then based on what you score, they add it up
Add it up.
and then decide who to go with.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have spoken about CGPA, right? We have spoken about the preparation part. We have spoken about whether you have an HND or BSc. Those are questions people ask. So now that your CGPA is good, your degree is good, what's next?
Um, so we are using, I said, we have two CGPA, not good and good. So the assumption is it is good. So it brings us to other kind of tree. So if it is good, when I say good, it means that it's using my school as an example, you have to have at least 3.75 over 5,
Okay.
which is at least 3 over 4 on an HND. So if that is the case, then you have to the other aspect was your US like publications, no matter how you want to put it. Other scholarships like Erasmus, these are good, but US, you want to be a research assistant. You don't have a publication. You have never been a research assistant before, so this might be a problem. You cannot submit a CV without research in what do you call it? Um, um, we have teaching. I forgot the English now. Teaching not assistant now. Teaching. Hey, I've forgotten what we call it. But one is research, the other one is teaching.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for you to have a CV without an aspect of research and aspect of teaching in terms of US. So basically, you want to have a research section. That research section, for example, in my school, this is just the basic that people need to do. In my school now, we have physical laboratory. So I can say, okay, for example, we have physical lab and we have a GIS or cartography lab. So those two labs must be on my CV. You can't submit a CV without putting your lab. So when those labs are in my CV, I'll say I'm a research assistant in those labs. There's a way I'll package it in a way that it makes sense. So, for example, you cannot say you spent 4 years or 5 years, whatever the case might be, and you have never gone to your lab to do something. So, if you don't have these things, is if I'm a professor that I'm looking for a committee, I would rather not select you, I would rather go for another person. Why won't you have a lab, a research section, and a teaching section in your this thing? It's very important because when you are being admitted,
Yeah.
you are either a research assistant or a teaching assistant. So these two sections must be on your CV. While some go further into having publications, some people are so I don't know what to call them. They are mad in a good way that those ones already before they finish school they already know that they want to go for a scholarship, so
Okay.
they're already speaking with their professors. So before you know it, some people are just so before they finish school they already have 3 publications. They say that how is this possible? It's actually possible.
Mm.
So the problem is just that this set of people, they also have good grades. That's where the problem is. So people think that when they have a 3.75, automatically they should be able to enter into that scholarship. But the thing is that as they are trying to work on other areas, other people that have a 4.9 are working in the same area. So that's why it's sometimes difficult for for someone that just have a 3.75 or 76. It's not because they're not trying, but um, those ones that are good in the CGPA, one would have expected that the other 4 areas they will be low, but no, those ones that they are good in this one, they are also putting pressure in the other area. So that's what makes it kind of difficult in a little way. So I would say other areas too matters, but when it comes to US, I found out that the teaching assistant, the research assistant, the publications can even turn someone with a low CGPA into something that is even bigger than you can have, let's say, maybe 4.5. Someone can have maybe 3.8. If he or she can have publications, research assistant roles, teaching assistant roles, all those things can amount into the committee picking that person over someone that has a 4.5. So it can happen that way. So, like I said, it's not the CGPA, other things must be added um to be selected. Yeah, so that's it basically. I can explain further, but I think that's just a summary.
Okay. Okay. I think for I'm understanding it now. Like For me, it's getting clearer, even though. So, based on what you said, right?
Yeah.
Apart from CGPA, you need other things. Now, all the other things you are mentioning, the first one is if you want to apply for a fully funded scholarship, you need teaching assistant experience.
Yeah.
You need research assistant experience.
Yeah.
And if you can go further, you need publication
Publications. Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. Some people, there are other areas too, like the technical skills.
Now,
For
okay,
example,
wait,
uh,
before we
okay,
go to technical skills, so that we can even explain this for. So the
okay.
first one now, research assistant experience. You know, use a Nigerian university. You went to Unilag. How do I get research assistant experience in Unilag? Or is that after I finish school?
Yeah. So for research assistant, you basically for someone that is still growing, that is still at early stage,
Mhm.
you are you can package your CV in a way that shows that all the assignments you have done, maybe some of the assignments might be maybe year 3 or year 4, or those assignments sometimes are at while you are at a senior level in your program. You must have gone to the lab.
Yeah.
So you say you package it in a way and say you are a research assistant in that lab. You contributed to so. You must be able to package it in a way that is convincing.
Mm.
You did so, which you actually did those things, but you need to speak of what you have done in a good way. For us to know what have you done, you have to say you've done so in this research laboratory and all that. But at the same time, you can always these ones are those that are even on a higher level. Those ones want something more. Those ones are testy. They
Okay.
are they really mean business. Those ones are the ones that go and meet the professor. For example, those are in final year. They have a project supervisor, or what we call thesis supervisor.
Yeah.
So they go and meet the man and say, "Sir, this um this thesis I'm doing, I would like to publish the work." So when you start saying things like that, the professor will say, "Okay, this person is like this person is serious. This person mean business, beyond the normal." Then at the same time, you could also join with the professor and publish papers together, and and do some stuff together. Although I understand the fact that some schools might, I'm sorry, but this is just the case in some situations. Some schools might have an advantage. You know,
Oh,
when you go to a strong school, your professor might have one kind of funding, external funding or something that you could always join them. You just have to talk. If you don't talk, you don't know what's going on. So when you talk, they can always put you on in some projects that they have funding for. They can always put you on. This might be a different case for those that are in the HND, or I don't know, it might just be that, but whichever the case, there is always a way.
yeah.
That's just it. So, but just make sure you speak with your professor, and they can put you on projects. But those professors too, they want someone that is serious. So definitely, they will not want to associate with someone that is not looking serious and be expecting that you'll be stressed. So you pass through some kind of fire. When you pass through those fire, you'll be cooked, and you'll be rugged by the time you pass through those fire and you get the things you want.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for breaking it down, right? Especially to the Nigerian context or African context, right? So, final year student or 300, 400 level student, depending on your department, you know what to do, right? Go and meet your, at least by your three, four, 500 level. Your professors know you, your supervisors know you, people know you in your department. So there should be somebody you can speak to, one professor or one man that you like, and see how you can work with him to get some work done. Okay, so that's research experience done. That's teaching. So the teaching one, how does
Yeah.
it work?
Yeah, it depends. Some people, like we know, as Nigeria is, um, most people that go for National Youth Service, they are mostly posted in a school.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know the statistics, but maybe more than 70% of those that we have are in one school like that, private school, government school. So that's a teaching experience for them, and it's not bad putting it on the CV. So you just have to look in between the picture. For my own case, I for if you are still in school, what can be a teaching experience? You know, what happens is the way you can package yourself and the way you can defend what you are putting on that CV. If you can, what I've known about United States people is the fact that if you can pack whatever you are saying with evidence, that means you are right. Even if we think that it doesn't make sense, but you have evidence for what you are saying, so you are right. You just have evidence of what you are saying. So, um, for current students, uh, the current students might not necessarily have a teaching experience, but you know we have different people. We have different life journey. Some people are doing jama during breaks. They go and teach in a school during breaks. You know, we have some people that will just go to one secondary school and go and teach during their semester break.
Yeah.
That's the teaching experience for them.
Mm.
While for my own case, my own teaching experience was right after school. I didn't put any teaching experience that was during school. So yeah, it depends on for you to put the one that is during school. Let's say I have some people. I've seen some people CV. They actually went to teach during breaks when they have summer breaks and all. They go and teach. They can add those ones in their CV. But if you go and teach maths and maybe it's Yoruba that you are studying, or you are studying Hausa or studying Igbo, that one will not be necessary. So when you are putting something on your CV, you need to put something that is important. You don't put something that is not relevant. You remove those ones that are not relevant. So, but if it's after school, in my own case, there's this thing that we used to do every year. It's every third Wednesday of November. We call it GISD. GISD, we go to school, teach them about geography, teach them about the tech part of it, how to analyze or how to identify things and all. So those ones I put it on my CV because I did it for like 3 years. So I put that as a teaching experience on my CV. So it depends. I think this is specific for individuals.
Mm. Okay. But I think really now you have actually broken it down. Because when you said teaching experience before, it was like this big, where do I get teaching experience? Do I go and meet my professor and say I want to teach for him? That was what was in my own head. But now that you broke it, I can say, oh, teaching experience is just how you now write about it that really matters. But it's still a teaching experience anywhere, whether you are doing tutorial, it can even be, each department they do tutorial, I think before exam. That's a
Yeah.
teaching experience.
Like we had at some point, I don't know whether they still do it. You know, there was this program that involves that the university did then that involves people teaching their colleagues or someone maybe they are in final year, they're teaching people in year one, year two, and the university gives them something little. Although I understand this is not common. It's not something that is common. This just happened in University of Lagos. It's rare for something like that to happen. So you just teach your fellow colleagues just to improve their CGPA. That kind of thing is recognized by the school. In fact, you are being kind of employed, not employed per se, but you are being recognized. They know you that this also name is teaching the colleagues and teaching them, helping them. That kind of thing can be on the CV too.
Okay. Okay. So thank you very much. Okay. So we have done teaching experience, we have done research experience. We have an idea about publication. You spoke about it. That's meeting your supervisor. So, question now. Is it possible for someone to say he wants to publish alone at undergraduate level, or is just best to go and meet your supervisor?
Yeah, for whatever the case, you can't you don't have the capacity to publish alone. Because I wonder how the person will do it. Which prior experience do you have that you want to publish alone? Which, like, it's just not. I don't know, but you can't just work, because what kind of experience do you have to say you want to publish alone? What do you know that you want to publish alone? You don't know anything. You need mentors that will still guide you. Do you know how to do some kind of analysis with it? So you cannot just publish alone. Nobody just starts publishing alone. No matter the case, you need someone to guide you, to build you, to always assist you. So the one way to publish, in fact, the first research, or the recognizable research that most people have done, is the one that involves their thesis, which is their final year project. And in that case, they have to speak with their supervisor that they want to publish this. So that means they and the supervisor, the two of them, will be on that publication.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for breaking that one down because some people may think I can do it myself. So thanks for
They can't.
now the fourth one is you spoke about technical skills. What is the place of technical skills?
Yeah, I don't know about people that study some other courses. I'm speaking from the tech science aspect of um of need. I'm not saying let's say for example English. Let's say a professor is looking for someone that studied English. So I don't know what kind of requirements they are looking for. But I'm speaking from the science, the tech aspect. For example, maybe you're in um social science, maybe you're in science, maybe you're in engineering, maybe you're in some schools have it as tech, maybe you're in medicine, college of medicine, all of it. Something that has to do with science. Science, science is about research. I don't know about English, but I'm talking about science now. So in terms of science, people should check their God.
Let's
You just have to do it that way, in a
use
way.
use your
I'm is it?
let's use your department so we can.
Yeah, so for technical skills, you have to have ability to use some softwares. R is for statistics. Well, some people SPSS, but that one, the professors here, I've not seen them say they want SPSS. Maybe they are teaching us something that is still back in the days. I don't know. So you have to have R programming. You have to have some other R programming cut across many disciplines, cut across many courses, many disciplines. So that's important. Someone will say Python. So basically, the everyone needs to have seen at some point in time a professor that advertise a position and see that these are the what do you call it now, the requirements of someone that they need. So when you see the requirements, you know that you see the first person, the second person, third person, be like, oh, okay, in my field, I have to have these skills to be able to get into this scholarship. So that's one way to look at it. When you study it, what do professors usually put in the requirement of the things they need? So if you don't have a technical skill, why should we make you a teaching assistant? because you will need those you need to teach assignments in those software. So why should we make you a teaching assistant? Why should we make you a research assistant? And you cannot use any technical, you cannot use any software. Unfortunately, people still think that life is about just read and write theories down. In that way, if you don't have a technical skill, even if you have a strong CGP, it's somehow for a admission committee to want to pick you.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, that's it in summary.
Okay, okay. So now you're telling us that for every field that you are in, there are some skills that you need to have. Okay,
Yeah,
I think okay, let me put it this way too. So now you're saying that for the professor who wants to fund you, they
yeah,
want you to come and do certain things for them.
yeah,
And some of them might be for you to teach their students how to
mm,
use certain software
yeah,
or to help them with certain things.
yeah.
So how can you teach others when you don't even know it?
Yeah, that's why nobody expects you um to be a professional in the by the word professional. They just want you to have a basic knowledge, In my field, they will say Python, R. Some professor will be specific. I need someone that can use Python. Meaning that if you cannot use Python, you cannot be taken. There's no two way about it. If you like have 5.0 over 5.0, if you cannot use that Python, the professor will not pick you. That's it. It's final. That is a deal breaker. Python, they will say R programming. You don't need to know everything. You know, why will I as a professor, why will I want to pick someone that you don't have hard programming on your technical skills, you don't have Python on your technical skills, you cannot use the ArcGIS, you cannot use ArcGIS, you cannot use Google Earth Engine. So why am I picking you? I would rather look for someone else that probably have a 4.7 or 4.0 that can do some other things I want the person to do than pick a 5.0 that cannot use any technical skills. So that's the thing.
Okay, okay, okay. It's clear now. Hi guys, if you are still here, please. How is it going? Use send a reaction, right? Send a reaction because he's breaking down everything that you guys have been thinking in your head. So send a reaction, let him know how he's doing, so he knows that oh yeah, he's speaking with people here. So first, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, because really most of the things you have spoken about, there are things like that stress students, right? You have really broken it down, and so we've spoken about how your CGPA can qualify you, right? It's an overload. Okay, that's good. Please send in more comments. Put the response in the chat. How has it been so far for you? How has it been? How has the session been in the put it in the chat so he can see it. Yeah, so we've spoken about CGPA, we've spoken about the degrees, how it matters. We've spoken about the, I think, is it 4 or 5 criteria that they use?
Yeah, if we didn't speak about the recommendation letters or reference letters.
Oh, okay, now. Okay, we've done teaching assistant, we've done, what's the second?
Research experience.
We've done publication, we've done,
I just I don't know. We have for the submissions we have SOP, we have recommendation or reference letters, and some people ask for writing sample.
okay. So let's go into recommendation letter.
Hmm.
How does that one work?
Well, first of all, your professor that is supervising, no mind me, I'm mentioning professor. It might be doctor. Your doctor that is supervising your thesis is supposed to be a recommender, because what the admission committee are looking at is that they want to see different aspect of you. They want to have an idea of your research background. In my case, I used to, most all the United States schools I've seen is always three recommenders. So I used one person that is my that can talk about my research area, research aspect of me, that will talk about, oh, um is this one diligent, we've written a research together. If there's nobody to say we've written a research together, it doesn't just speak well for us as the admission committee to pick you to come and become an RA. When nobody is you don't have any publication, you don't have any research experience, no professor is recommending you to say that, oh, we've done a research together. So what's now the essence of picking you? So we'll say, okay, let's go for another person. So there must be a professor. The Your supervisor is very important, because why will you pick others and you don't pick your supervisor? So what's happening? You have to pick your supervisor. Your supervisor is the person that will talk about your final year thesis or project that you are doing, how you've been able to be diligent, what you have done so far, um you're a good student, blah blah blah, you're this thing down. The person will be able to speak from the research angle of you, and there can be another professor or doctor in the department that will be able to talk about um your it could be different things. There's some other people that will be talking about, oh, it's very sound, and maybe you got an A in all my courses, all those things, to just give a sense of the excellence, all those kind of thing. And might also say, okay, talk about the fact that he has a statistical knowledge, and just give an aspect of some the person that is talking about the grade that is good, the black, can also talk about some technical experience, like we were able to he has been good in statistics, doing this, done this. And
Okay.
there can be a third person of that's my own case.
Mhm.
And a third person of the first person was my
Super.
project supervisor. Second person, the person that we published together. So he was able to talk about the research aspect of. Then third person was a professional. The person is not a lecturer or anything. I was doing consultancy for the person. The person talked about the project I'm doing, away from just the research and all. The fact that I have a technical experience that I've been able to make use of or do to achieve a particular project. So recommenders are not just anybody. There are
Mm.
someone that you've done something with them that can speak more, not a generalized kind of recommendation. When you write a generalized kind of recommendation, they are most likely not to be chosen, because these things are competitive. They have to look at different areas to say, okay, this is the person we want. Yeah.
Mm. Wow. Okay. So there's a way to go about it. That's what
Mm.
you just explained. Like, we can't just do it anyhow. Just pick three random people. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
There are specific people. So that's why you should keep a relationship with your.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go and hate supervisor because you will need him in future. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that's done. We have the supervisor, the recommendation done. So I
Yeah.
think the last one is SOP.
Yeah. Sorry, can I quickly respond to this question from Imo?
Oh yeah.
Um, so we're talking about US here. As far as US is concerned, it's about research assistant. Because we're talking about US, if it's other ones, let's say Erasmus program, that Commonwealth, Chevening, those ones don't talk about research assistants. Um, but because we are talking about United States here, United States is a country that has funding. There's, I think, yeah, definitely, it has. Is a country that has the biggest kind of fund for education. They have the biggest kind of fund. They take it as they are like that's what they are doing. Like defense fund, education fund. So they need to use people to kind of bring out some solutions, some research that can help the economy, that can help the country. So they pump a lot of money into research. So other countries, some other countries or many other countries deal with a kind of a public scholarship. A public scholarship is a scholarship that all of you just submit application, submit everything you need to submit, and they will select. But in US or Canada, you have to send a cold email and say, I want to work with you as a research assistant. This you are being paid because you are a research assistant or teaching assistant. If you are not that, then you cannot then you are not under any scholarship. That's why some people call us, some people don't say scholarship for us, some people say um funding. They use the fully funded kind of English to term it, fully funded offer. But in some country they call it, you got a scholarship. But in our own, a fully funded offer, that means you have a responsibility. A teaching assistant or a research assistant or a graduate, um whatever they call it, is like an office admin role. So it's your idea of fully funded scholarship hasn't been for research assistant roles only. Can you buttress on that? Yeah, because we are talking about US, it is research assistants or teaching assistants. So for other ones, that is for Erasmus, you don't need to be sending email to professors in the department that you want to work with them, or it's not needed. It's not That's not what it's for. But yeah, you have to have a relationship with someone that wants to take you. Someone has to take you. You have to work under someone. Um, so that's how it works. That's if you can. I know you might not understand everything. These are just summary, and you can read more and more on that.
Mm. Okay, thank you for addressing that. So now we know for North America, US, Canada, they have funding for you to do research to find solutions that will help the country. So when you are coming there to majorly do research. So that's why they have more research funding, research funded scholarships. So I think what I want to do is we also have more questions. When people were registering, they sent more questions. So I will start posting the questions into the chat box one by one. So you can just, I think for the next few minutes, just focus on answering the questions. Is that good?
Mhm.
Okay. First one.
Hmm. What did you do to get the fully funded scholarship, and how long would be would the visa? How long was the visa? Why is it going to be? How is it going to be permanent? So yeah, I just submitted my application to be able to get a fully funded scholarship. I sent a I okay, personally, from my own perspective, I don't know about other people. I'm speaking for my own self. We have a in research, we have a inductive, we have a deductive, moving from a an expected kind of answer towards your research, and starting off while you don't know where you're going to. You are starting off, by the time you are moving, you now know where you're going to. So the inductive, deductive. So to me, while I sent code emails to Professor, I sent code email tire. Kai, I won't die. But it's no response in most cases. While I get response some cases, no funding. The one I even responded, I gave me good go and all. I still not get funding. It was just admission I got. But so I used what we call up up down process. Maybe you can call it up down process. That's my own terminology for it. Some people use down up. Down up is like people find a school they are interested in. Some people say, oh, I'm interested in Harvard University. They find the school, look for the professor, and send a code email to one of the professor. That
Mm.
was the way I was doing it, which I think it's good enough, but it didn't work for me. So I now started from up down. Up down for me is like I you know I try as much as possible to follow people in my field. and there will just be someone you're just scrolling yourself. You don't know what you're just doing something, or someone your click, someone in your field, we just retweet something or reshare something, and it might be something that you need. That's why you can't be following people you don't need for your next journey of life. The way it's good to to fill up some other things, spiritual, football, music, and all. But you are looking for scholarship, and 90% of those you are following are those that don't fit into your career goal, don't fit into your journey of life. Then there will be problem. There will
Okay.
be problem. So you are looking for scholarship. You have to follow some accounts that are posting these things, or some people, your professionals in your field, people that will help you. This is just normal for general life. You can't be following 90% of those that are not taking you anywhere. So from the up, so someone somewhere someday retweeted, okay, or commented on someone's post. The professor just they just admitted the professor into my own department, which is my advisor now. And the person said, "Oh, happy to share that I'm now a professor in social school, blah blah blah." And someone commented, "Congratulations." One of the person I was following. So I looked at it. I looked at the post. I'm like, "Wow, this person has the kind of thing I'm doing." So that was how I sent a mail, and we had Zoom call, and she's now my advisor, my professor right now. So I started from up down. I started from looking for people that that are in my field, that are doing what they are doing. I was not I didn't start from school to the person. I started from the person to the school.
Mm,
So since I've found someone that I am interested in, I now check the school. How does the school look like? So that was how I did my own, and people have their different ways, but that was how. Although at that time I was not thinking of US. I wanted an Erasmus
mm,
scholarship, but I just said, oh, this person, there's a way people fit into what you are looking for. You'd be like, oh, let me try this person out. You are not kind of desperate, but the moment came in a way that you found someone in your listing and you decided to apply. And one thing people should know is that when someone just became a professor in a school,
mhm.
what you should do is to hit them with a cold email. They don't need to tell you that I'm looking for someone. They don't need to tell you. You need to hit them with a cold email, because they will definitely need someone. So nobody sent a mail to her. In the real sense of it, she wouldn't have taken me, because I didn't fit into maybe 90% of what she was looking for, but I fit into like 75%. And
Mm,
currently, she's not the only one supervising my thesis. I have our coordinator supervising or assisting in my, or like a co-contributor, those kind of things,
okay.
because she doesn't have all the our kind of methodology is different from my own. And
Mm,
meaning that if she had said it that, oh, I need people, she advertised the position, I wouldn't have been the person she would pick, because there would have been some other people that are better than me somewhere else that would
mm,
have been chosen, that will fit in perfectly. But just know something, that when you say cold email to someone, know that you are the you'll be judged based on only you. You are not competing with another person. Your competition is only you.
mm,
When you send cold email to a professor, the professor says, you fit into what I want. Can we talk, or maybe go ahead and apply?
okay.
It's different from when they advertise the position. When they advertise the position, you just know that your competition is high. So don't be waiting for people to advertise position. When you see someone that fits into what you're looking for, send them cold email, and you are your own competition. It's either you fit in or you don't fit in. So, but sometimes you can fit in into something, but because there's another person that is better than you, they have to pick that person ahead of you, although you fit in.
Okay.
So these are what people should understand. That's it generally. That's the summary generally anyway.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, you mentioned about visa. How long will the visa be?
That, yeah, I think that's what the question is. How long? Just to have an idea, you don't need to go in.
The US is different now. It's 3 months now. It's
Eh?
not like before.
3 months.
Yeah, Donald Trump has changed it too. It's 3 months now. So you have a 3 month visa and it's a single entry. So
Okay.
whatever you are doing, it depends on the country you're coming from.
Okay.
Nigeria is not the same as Ghana. So the Ghanaians that we have here, they have a 5 year visa and it is multiple entry. But Nigeria, over the years, a lot of things have happened. They don't like our they don't like maybe our leaders or the way the things are. They've cut everything. So when we came, it was 2 years. It was no longer 5 years has gone in the past. But when we came, we came with a 2 years visa, multiple entry. 2 years, multiple entry. Multiple entry means that I can live in the United States, come to Nigeria, or go elsewhere. I can go anywhere from United States, go anywhere, come back to US, go anywhere, come back to US for 2 years window. After that 2 years, you have to have a new visa or you stay put and not leave. So when you leave at that moment, you won't be able to enter again if your visa has expired. So how do you go into permanent? How do you become permanent? That's how we say people should continue to improve themselves. Your research assistants, teaching assistants, all those things, you'll be able to use it to apply for a permanent residency. So all these things still matters at the end, no matter how you put it. Whatever you are doing, one day, one day, someday, the reward will come. So don't say I'm tired. Don't say I don't want to do this again. The reward will come one way or the other. So one can apply for permanent residency. Some people believe that you should have finished a master's before you apply. While some people believe that it has 5 criteria, so you just have to have at least two of the criteria. But that one is even a long this thing. So, but that's it generally.
Mm. So for the 3 months now, what your program, your research assistant is not going to be 3 months. So what do you do?
Yeah, that 3 months is a visa. A visa, is different from there's something we call I-20. I-20 is the document that is to give you funding. If your visa has expired, what it means is that you do not live in the United States. But that doesn't mean that you are not a student. So you
Oh.
continue to be a student. You are still legal. It's just that your legal no reach leaving the country. That's the difference.
Don't bother to say you want to go and do the dirty December.
So
Some
for those that are coming right now, I think the law was changed around August
okay.
or maybe July, August or thereabout. It was changed around that time, and they can wake up tomorrow and say, "Okay, let's review this thing." Laws change. You
Yes.
can't tell what can come up tomorrow. Laws change every day, every time. So we can't say tomorrow they might change it and say, "Okay, we remove this ban, we change it to this way." So that's what happens when you are living in another country, or when you are working with laws and all.
Okay. So now I will ask two more questions. I will pose two more questions, and that will be it. Two more questions from those who have written their questions down. So this is the first one.
So can my master studies be in anything outside what I studied? So let me reply to what do you mean by cold email? Cold email is like I don't know you before and you just sent me email. We don't have any conversation before. We don't know each other before. You just sent me cold email like you want to work with me. This is what I've been doing and all. That's just it. Well, that's even another deep conversation, but that's the meaning. So when you send a cold email, talk about there are samples. Just look for the samples online. The sample can be like maybe the first paragraph is about my name is this. I finished from so school and my research is on this, which has helped me to be this. Then maybe the second paragraph. It doesn't have a some people have some other pattern. You can also say, I've seen your research about this, it talks about this, blah blah. But I think that's a general pattern that is common. Although me probably have a different this thing, I just talk sometimes I just arrange some things from my mind. Uh I will talk about something I find interesting about the person, how I got to The more you write, the more you just understand some certain things. Then you end it in the third paragraph by saying that you would like to have an opportunity to discuss further about what the professor is doing in his lab or in her lab, or don't give it a gender, because some people are male by God, but they've given themselves female. So there are just many troubles and here, coach and Vic. So just say don't put a gender specific. Just say you appreciate a time whereby you can have a conversation, and you've attached your CV, you've attached your transcript, and yeah, very important. Attach your CV. You can't send a cold email without having a CV. It's not possible. Just don't bother. Go and find a way to sort your CV first, because that's what they will check. Then your transcript, your current transcript, or if you are done, you put um the final transcript. But in my own case, or some people's case, um or when a position is advertised by a professor, they will tell you that you should attach a research statement. They want to see that. When a position is advertised, they have to put that. But to some people like me, we don't wait for that. We attach it straight. We attach it straight. We just adjust some things, because I have a definite kind of research I'm doing. So I just look for people within that research, send them code email. So I don't need to. Someone does not need to be doing water, and I'll now be looking for someone that is doing soil. When I can easily send email to those that are doing water, that will be easier for me to communicate. So, and also, can my master's studies be in anything outside? Yeah, sure. So there are people that they are from civil engineering in my department, people from different other things. The question what these people are after is the fact that why should we pick you? Can you convince us? If you study English and you want them to put in and you want to enter geography department, you should be able to. One thing about them is if you can convince us, then we'll pick you. It's about convincing them that you are the best person, irrespective of your degree. You should be able to convince them. So the question is, do you have something that you can use to convince us that you want to do something else from whereas you are coming from something else? So you should be able to we have people. So this is just a general thing. This is another in-depth kind of conversation. So you just have to find out what you have and where you are going to. How do you connect it? You can't be coming from something and just leave that thing entirely and expect to enter another thing. Who will give you that kind of scholarship? But you must be able to join it. You should be able to connect, because that's what you use to write your SOP. What is the connection? When you find the connection, then you are good to go and write a convincing statement. Yeah.
Okay.
What troubles me is accessing their mails. Their mails are on the school website. It's not hard. For example, when you um, look for my name, maybe you say put my name, Oregon State University, I will definitely pop up and you see my email. Everybody has email. There's no professor that doesn't have email. It shouldn't be difficult finding emails. That's one of the simplest things. Type the person's name, the school, it will come out with an email address. That's the simplest thing. That's not hard. That's not hard.
Hey, see you breaking people's question easily without stress. So from what you have said, right, we know there are still some aspects that people are having issues with, right? The code email, the the writing aspect, the SOP, the part where you how to present yourself to the professor, to the supervisor in an attractive manner so that they can give you a response. I think that's where the next one we need to attack and look at. So will you be available, right? We think we want to hold like a workshop, writing workshop, where we will just focus on that and people will be able to say, okay, oh, this my write up is not making sense, or and then you can give your input on, oh no, this type of write-up doesn't work. Change this, put this, put this, put this. Is that something you are available for?
Yeah, and there's no problem. You just you just have to put a lot of work from your angle when you are looking for opportunities like this. The person that is in the need for that opportunity will do much more than the person that want to assist. That's just the fact.
Sure now. Sure. Sure, definitely. And so you guys use an emoji. You have to say thank you because these are people coming to spend their time with you for without you asking for it. So it's based on something. So say thank you. So we want to see your emoji. Use your best emoji so they appreciate them. And this is the last question now. Last one for you, and it's a little bit personal.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. What keeps you focused and determined even after facing rejections? Ah, so, um, the thing is, yeah, I don't have option now. That option. What keeps you focused and determined after facing rejection? The fact is that I really don't have option. I need to get what I need. You know, it's just like applying for a job. When you get rejected, will you say you're not applying to jobs again? Hmm. If you're not applying, then you should be ready for hunger to finish you. That's the thing. So if I apply for jobs and I'm rejected, uh, I will continue applying. I cannot vex and say I will not apply again because I'm rejected. I'll continue to apply. Everybody faces rejection. Even the biggest of the biggest people are facing rejection. So who am I not to um continue pushing? So what keeps me focused? I it's I just have to, I just have to continue. What keeps me focused is just the fact that I need to fulfill my life dream, my potential, and for me to fulfill my potential, fulfill my life dream, I just need to continue to push. I just need to continue to do what I need to do. So I think that is enough, and I need to understand where I'm coming from, understand where I'm coming from, and where I'm going to. So that alone keeps me focused. I don't know if that answers it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like is you know what is pushing you, right? Kind
Mm,
of kind of thing. We all have that thing that is pushing us. We all
yeah,
know what is pushing us. And like
yeah,
you said, for you it was like the only option, right? And you used a perfect analogy, applying for a job. You need a job. So if the first one says no, do you stop applying? That's your
yeah.
problem.
Yes,
If you stop applying, it's you that will still suffer it. If you
yes,
continue
yes, of course.
applying,
So sometimes you don't need to cajole people. Sometimes it's you that will realize yourself that I really need this thing. So they used to say Rome was not built in a day. You need to put in the work, to do you need to burn the candle if necessary. That's even necessary. So you need to burn the candle, you need to do the things you need to do. It doesn't come on a platter of gold. You do the work,
mm,
you put in the effort.
yep. Okay, and thank you very much. With this,
Uh, this person is asking a question. Don't mind me. Let me answer the person. Do you have to write GRE or other exams? Ah, Uh, for me, yeah, you can write GRE, you can write other exams. For me, I didn't write them because I already had. I think as at that time I already had two publications. I already have I already had some other stuffs like two publications. I had research assistant roles, and luckily for me, I was working in my field. I was working in my field, so that was a big booster. Like it was a mad booster for me. So I didn't need to write GRE because when you have your, that's why I tell people if you are coming to US, please in the name of God, Tell your professor that you want to work in their lab. These things are very important. Do a research assistant role. Sometimes I say it and say it. I don't know, maybe people really understand it. It's very important. These things will cover for all those GRE. Some people don't have the money to do all these things. So time is money. If you don't have the time, you must have the money. If you don't have the money, you must have the time. So if you don't have scholarship, you must be able to provide the money to sponsor that scholarship. But if you don't have the money to sponsor that scholarship, then you have to put in the time to gather experience that will cover for the money that you don't have. It's either you have the money or you have the time. So it's either you have money to pay for GRE or you have the time to put into other things like publication, research assistant roles, and so many other things in this area to cover for it. So it depends on you. I didn't write an English exam. I did my bachelor's, obviously, for 4 years in a school that speaks English. The department just wrote me a kind of a English, what they call it, proficiency, just to ascertain that I have that experience, and they signed it. That's what I submitted. I didn't I don't think I did some of this exam. I didn't do all these exams. That's why you have to have other areas. So people say do GRE to improve your chances. So if you don't have the money, then you have to improve your chances from other areas. So it's either you have to have one thing. You have to either have money or have time. So don't miss out. When you don't have money, you don't have time. Then I don't know. But you have to have one of those two to be able to get what you need.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for answering that question because I didn't know that, right? With the option you just brought out now, it's like, oh, really? That's true. You can, if you don't have money for GRE, you must have covered it up with time. You have the experience. And if you don't have experience, you're going to be writing out the exams. It will cover up. So thanks for the answer. Thanks for your time today. Thanks for everything you have shared. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Mr. Jeremiah does not want to go.
It's glad to be here. It's a whole lot. You just have to, you cannot see everything in one meeting. In one meeting, it's a whole
Yeah.
lot. It's a different area. The CB. If you use just 1 hour to talk about CB alone, you cannot finish talking about. If you use 1 hour to talk about recommendation letters alone, you cannot finish it. This is just like a summary. Then you can go on from there.
Yeah, this is a summary. Mr. Jeremiah has one more question for you. What if you have delayed transcript?
So, um, I delay transcript. Um, I don't know how school works. As far as University of Lagos is concerned, you can always have your unofficial student transcript that you can use to buy time. I don't know, this I cannot be able to analyze this school by school, but you you definitely have like a unofficial student transcript that you can make use of. But when you say transcript, there are different kind of transcripts. We have the official transcript. We have the official that is soft copy. We have the official that is hard copy. Nobody needs the hard copy transcript right now until you gain admission. When you gain admission, that's when the school now say, send us your hard copy transcript. So from your school, they will send it over to the school you are. My assumption is that you are talking about a transcript that is official and it's a soft copy for you to be able to apply for what you're applying for. That's my assumption. Uh, I don't know. You need to find out. I might not be the best person to be able to answer this question because I didn't experience issues in my case, so I might not be the best person. I that reminds me that when you apply for one school, they send a transcript. You apply for second school, send a transcript. In my case, when I had rejection, I sent my transcript to one Erasmus. That's Noah. I told them, I sent them a mail that can you forward me the transcript that my school sent to you, and he forwarded it. Ever since up to today, I don't contact University of Lagos for my transcript again because I now have it in my I now have it with me. Anyway, I'm sending anything, I just send because I have it with me. So so I don't know how it works for people. Maybe you have to ask someone else, but that's my own experience.
Okay, okay, that's the cheat code.
Will I be able to work while schooling? Your work is your teaching assistant or your research assistant. In fact, which work do you want to do when assignments want to finish you? You can't do extra work. You need to grade as a teaching assistant, as a research assistant. You need to do research. So that time alone has already taken all your time. So you can't say you want to do. But why do you need to do any work? You are not paying for school, and you are being given about depending on the school. Some will give you maybe some will give you $1,005, $1,007, $1,009, $2,000, or $25, or maybe $3,000, $35, depending on the school you are. For example, if you are in John Hopkins nowadays, you can be giving as close as $4,000 because of the capacity. But before you enter self, you have because they have to pick some mad. It's a high level of competition.
Okay.
So the stipend alone is actually enough. It's a monthly pay. It's not every day. What some schools do 2 weeks. They give you money for 2 weeks so I can sort yourself. Then the last 2 weeks they give you another money. While in my own school, it's after the month ends before they send your stipend. So you don't need to start working. How will you even work? How much will they give you? And it's against the law. Law wise, it's not acceptable. It can lead to something else for you. Law wise, it's not acceptable. Even if it's not by law, self, you don't have the time to. I tell people rather than do that, why not apply for um travel grants? Go and present. You can apply for one travel grant. Go to different places around the world to go and present papers. They will fully funded travel opportunity, pay for your flights. They will give you money to eat, pay for your hotels. That one is better than be looking for what you will do, because what kind of work will you do if it is remote work? You don't need it. When you arrive here, you understand what I'm saying. By the time you see many assignments, in fact, when you do remote work, you see remote that definitely remote work is in US. It can't be in Nigeria because well, how much will they give you in Nigeria? Is it five? Is it 1 million? If they give you 1 million, before you get that 1 million, they will collect that 1 million from your body. So why not use that time to do something else that would make you stabilize? Remote work in US, as a student, you're not expected to work. You're on F1 visa. You're not expected to work. It's unless you have a green card, a permanent residency that you can work. So you will not even want to do a remote work because that can lead to termination of your visa. That's against the law. So it's not something that you need to worry about or bother about. Many times all of us we are like, I need money, I need money, I need money. There's some money that you get that you be like, I don't even want, because there's some money that will take away your peace. There's some kind of money that will take away your peace. So sometimes it's not all about money, it's about stability. What I have can be big for me. I'm not talking about me, I mean generally can be big. So you don't need to go and be disrupting your peace just because you need more money when you can easily apply for things that can give you fully funded travel or grants. If you need extra money, do something that can give you grants or that can sponsor you to something, that can put you up to something. It's not a time to be gathering money. It's a time to be pushing yourself for many more things. So I think that's like a good summary, I think, from my own perspective or from my own end.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thanks for mentioning it, because this hustle mindset, people want to come and hustle and make more money. You say it's not a
They
time.
don't, they don't, if you need more money while you are at the second year of your masters, you can start applying for jobs. You can be lucky and get a job that pays you, especially if you're in maybe computer science or that area. As far as you know, the top five biggest company in the world, the five are in the US. So the five are in US and they are into technology, tech. So you could go into Microsoft and You might have a start pay of maybe 130,000 US dollars per year, and that's a big money. One can go from zero to so that's life. So if you need money, you don't bother about that. When it's in your second year, start applying for jobs, then you can get what you need. So that's how it works.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey guys, please use your emoji. How has it been for you? Like, just show some appreciation. He has really answered a lot of all the questions on your mind and everything. So really, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And the second part is he has also agreed to, come back for another session, but this time around we will not go into the writing, right? It's going to be like a workshop. So whether it's your essay, whether it's your standards, your SOP, your statement of purpose, or your code email, how to send it, who to send it, he wants to go technical. So in the next one, we'll be getting E and also another mentor from Canada. So that way you have a full North American perspective. You have someone from Canada, you have someone from US looking at it and helping you. So watch out for that. That is coming up next week. So stay tuned. For those of us, if you have not joined our community, I'm going to put the link to the community in the chat so you can join the community. And so now we'll ask you for what's your last advice, general advice before you go for those who are just starting. Do you have a final words for them?
Yeah, what I would say is that you have to move with like minds. You have to move with like minds. Those that have the same thoughts, those that have the same goal that you're planning for in life, like goal to have a scholarship. So you have to continue to have a conversation with these people. You have to be talking, be have continuous conversation. So it's what you allow into your heart that brings out fruit. So when you allow the things that you're thinking about, whatever you allow, if you allow bad things, is that bad things that your memory will be going to. But when you fill yourself up with um scholarship opportunities, improving yourself, all those things, and you have friends that are always talking about those things, the more you hear what you hear daily, what you fill yourself up daily, what you see daily, what you allow inside daily is most likely to influence your next aspect of life. So when you have friends, have people around this area, follow people on social media around this area. So when you enter social media, you'll be able to see someone talking about scholarship, someone talking about this and that. So by the time you see it, by the time that will make you to improve. And that's what has helped me to be able to improve my CV, improve my areas. When I see a new thing, oh, this is great, I will go and add it to myself. Oh, I find another thing, I will do that, which is very important. Follow people in your line, follow people in your area, have a LinkedIn profile. Just fill yourself, fill your eyes with what you want, fill your ears with what you want. Allow the things that you want inside your heart. Then then it will help you. By the way, masters is 2 years in the United States. Is this not? Don't mind me. This is not UK. That is 1 year. This is 2 years. This is research masters. Research masters is 2 years. You can't just do research masters in 1 year. No, you have to work. They will collect the money from you. You work. You work for that money. It's not free. You work the money. Then nothing is free in this place. You have to give in your best to get what you need. So I think that's it basically. You have to fill your heart with where you are going to move with friends that are thinking towards your area. Not now these are general things. This is not friends that are talking about something that doesn't benefit you.
Mm.
That's it generally. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. We really say thank you. Hey guys, use your best emoji. Really, we just have to say thank you. He has covered a lot. He has spent 2 hours with us. We are grateful. So thank you very much. for everyone, we'll be getting a feedback email. Right? Please take your time to write the feedback. So because those are part of the things we share with him, so he knows that people are grateful, people are happy. So please, you get a feedback email. Take your time to write it. Write something how it was for you, so you can appreciate him today because he will get to see it. And with this, we say this is the end of today's mentorship session. We wish you all the best. Keep using the tips to get your fully funded scholarship. Join our community. Join the LWB student and graduate community. And we wish you all the best. So I'll see you guys next week. Don't miss next week. We are coming, it's coming again next week, this time more technical. We are going to your case. You want to show him your email, your code email, how you have been doing it, and they will help you analyze it. Say, oh no, remove this, put this. No, this how we did, this how we did. So thank you very much, and good is it good night? Good night to those in Nigeria. Good afternoon to those in US. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, take care. Bye bye. Thank you very much for joining. The link, okay. The link to join the community is here.